It is showtime. It is showtime. But since it's the new season, y'all, we have to start off with a little introduction first. we got to start. We got to start things off differently. We got trial and error, right?
That's true.
It's a little trial and error. Just a little something. That sounds about right. Let's try it. Hey, who's a nice place to be right here on the Marty A. Johnson Show? My name's Marty. What's your name? Everybody claiming the next big thing, whether you're a singer, a rapper. Who you music to us where?
MartyAJohnson4@gmail.com. Featuring the greatest natural.
I'm gonna leave that there. In the meantime, MartyAJohnson4@gmail.com. Send your best word. Keep messing up. I'm on Marty A. Johnson on all social media. What's yours?
Charlene_Monet as well as Candy Mission. Boom Sound LaBelle and Boom Sound Family.
I'll see y'all Tuesday night at 7:30, right? Neo, open invitation anytime, King. You can come on also. Step all the way in. You like the intro? How you like that?
Yes, love it.
We're trying stuff a little differently. You know what I mean? If I can, I know it's new. I know I'm struggling, but work with me here. You know how it goes.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Huh?
You're doing great.
We have so much BTS to start off with.
No, that's how we're gonna do it from now on. Gotta switch it up a little different. I know. I'm getting together. It's Marty A. Johnson Show. LaBelle, are you excited or no?
I'm pretty excited about this one. I'm ready to see what he got to say about some of the music.
Huh?
I want to hear what he think about the scene.
But of course, he wants to do his stuff first. You know that. You know how he does.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm about to nice talk him. So, Charlie, are you excited?
Story. Pretty interesting story.
Yeah, I really am. I really am excited.
Okay, we're gonna see.
I still don't know what to ask him because I know so much.
Right, but we're gonna get together in a minute. We're still gonna tap in, listen to some music. Charlene, do you know who Mims is? First off, let me ask that first.
Yes, who don't know Mims? This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot.
But it's more. LaBelle, he has more than that, right?
He does. He does, but that's just my favorite.
But Mims is coming in a minute. I'm about to let it in. I'm about to open it up in a second. So work with me here. So LaBelle, you a fan?
I am a fan. I am a fan. This is that year 06, 07. This is that year where some of my favorite records came out. Even if I never heard from the artists years after that, they dropped a lot of classic records, and hip hop and R&B were dropped in 06 and 07. That's when I started watching Music Lounge. Like that was a very important year.
Popping back then. My boy's still popping now. It ain't even me no more. It's we. Yeah. Look, if it wasn't for that little old show, Mims wouldn't be here today. You know what I mean, Charlene?
I understand. Yes.
Okay. So first we're gonna tap in. What kind of music are we looking for? Charlene, let's start with Charlene first. What kind of music are we looking for?
All types of music. R&B, rap, rock,
hip hop,
hip hop, anything, country, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just make sure it's your great work, okay? Just make sure it's some great work, or we will cut you, okay?
Not your latest work. Not your latest.
Look how many times we explain this. You gotta explain this every week, right?
Gotta do it, And if your latest somehow turns out to be your greatest, that's ideal, right? But just because you did it last night, don't mean that it's your best. So, greatest work, Marty A. Johnson4@gmail.com.
But let's go ahead and tap in. It's still our tribute to the 90s, early 2000s. Hold on, is Mims a legend?
Yes.
LaBelle, is Mims a legend?
Man, Mims has
LaBelle.
Mims has classic records. That's how I see it. I can't just put the legend tag on every Mims has a classic, timeless record and many more. So that's something that's big in itself. That's all I'm say about that.
I would call him a hip hop veteran. Legend, no. Because he got more work to do if he want to get legendary status. If he choose to go back in there.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's not, well, he'll tell his story, but
right, we all know the story.
Crazy. The misconception is crazy. That's all I'm saying.
Right, that part. He misunderstood.
Yeah.
Let's go at least tap in. Lord have mercy. Anyhow, Mims will be here shortly, any minute. So hopefully we can tap in soon. Because, you know what? A lot of people have been supporting the Marty A. Johnson Show for a minute now. And I want to give a lot of shout outs to people that's been supporting the Marty A. Johnson Show. People that have been inboxing me a lot. I know I don't have time to hit y'all all up. First off, let me give a big shout out to Real Reality Gossip. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Come on the show. You share the stories, support the movement. Oh, high five. You know I got your DM. Tristan, I know you want to come on and talk about that book. So you're welcome also. So listen, if you're always want to tap into the Marty A. Johnson Show, some of the best and the who's. Charlene, what they need to do?
Get in touch with us, you guys. Send your music, all of that, into martyajohnson4@gmail.com. That's martyajohnson4@gmail.com.
So we ain't feeling what happens.
We gonna cut it.
What's going on with you two? Y'all going over each other's words. Look, see, Mim's already here. He's already on time.
Okay.
See, that's what I like about him already. So, bro, we're building up the moment. So if you see me, throw up the peace sign. All right. So look, Mims is already here. So hold on, Charlene.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you a question. Do you know I met Mims before?
What was that?
Do you know I met Mims before? Maybe he don't remember that. Do you know that?
No, I really didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Lavelle, did you know I met Mims before?
Was it a red carpet event?
If I'm not mistaken, I think during season 2 Music Lounge.
Actually, I have the clip.
Yeah, so like
okay, let's see.
So, I'm gonna show the clip. So first off, I'm gonna set it all up. First, we're gonna tap in, and I'm in. Some of y'all call him a one-hit wonder. I beg to differ. He's very misunderstood. He's definitely doing just fine. He definitely transcend in music. He graduated, so
Yes.
he's doing just fine. But in the meantime, let me play this clip because this is the new season. Remember this, and first we play that. No matter of fact, we're gonna tap in. I'm gonna show the clip. Then I'm gonna let Mims in. Okay.
Okay.
Because Annie's ready. We got 4 minutes, so let's get it together.
All right.
Let's tap in real quick so he can see behind the scenes how we really get down.
That
So he
part.
comes in.
That part.
All right, y'all ready to tap in? Come on. Because Mims is here, y'all. So share this video with your boy. I got it. What's up, 7th Street? It's the Marty A. Johnson Show, along with Lavelle and Charlene. Queen, you're doing wonderful work. Come on over to the Marty A. Johnson Show ASAP. Charlene, we have an artist. Oh, his name is Brandon.
Okay, Brandon.
Brandon is doing his rendition of, this is one of my favorites by 7th Streeter, Guilty, featuring Chris Brown.
Oh, okay. Okay. You better give her justice.
Ooh. In the meantime, we ain't feeling this girl here. We ain't feeling this guy here, Brandon. What's gonna happen?
Oh, he getting a cut.
We don't hear this till when, y'all.
Till now.
And Mims is here. Give it a chance.
I know we love, but now with each other, no, and we don't mind, 'cause you're still mine. Oh, baby, if we keep it up, then maybe these 2 wrongs might make it right. But don't tell nobody. We ain't looking to hurt 'em. So good that we doing them dirty. I won't say no. I can't say no.
Brandon!
Girl, you better do it.
We up all night until the morning. I can't say no. Oh, you gon' get me caught up, love drunk, fucked up, over your body. Don't feel
Brandon did his own rendition of 7th Streeter. Did he make it his own?
Yeah, this is really nice. This is that in and out situation. Come in, get it done. The dude could sing. The dude his runs are official. I mean, the way he decided to approach the song was just damn near 10 out of 10, really.
Really?
Yes.
Charlene, was you feeling it?
Yes. Everything Lavelle said, I concur. He did an amazing job on that song. Loved it.
I
Great way to start the night. Great way to start the night.
Thank you.
Absolutely. In the meantime, 7th Streeter, please tap all the way in, because if you don't know, this is Marty A. Johnson show. All right, so let me let the veteran in really quick. So like as I mentioned before, this is our tribute to the 90s and early 2000s. And truth be told, I'm not gonna lie, he may not remember me, but however, when we reached out, it was direct contact. I didn't have to go through Pookie, Lamont, Eddie. I didn't have to go through the chain, which I like. Bro said, dope, I'm there.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier.
It makes it a lot easier. So I'm gonna let him in, and I'm gonna have to show some receipts first for people think I'm lying. So let me pull my receipts, and I'm gonna let him in to refresh his memory. Then I have to give him a rundown because this ain't Music Lounge no more. All right, so because I met him actually, I meet him at. Let me see if you remember. If I showed a clip, Lavelle, you know when you see an old clip of yourself, you be like, okay, well, how do I look? All right, here he is. There we go. Marty A. Johnson. Right now, I'm here with Mims, the superstar. What up, man?
Better, man. Everything good. Can't complain.
Yo, it's good. Well, we haven't seen you in a while. What's up?
This is why I'm hot. It's just such a it's a record of just a different caliber.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely proud of being able to create a record like that. I don't necessarily look to reach out to do anything. I mean, obviously I want to do everything bigger than that. Right. But I think my main focus is just to keep delivering good music. You got to just be on top of what's going on. I mean, you got to be on top of technology. You got to understand where the next wave is coming in at. You know, the fans always want they always want something new. You know, and you got to be able to deliver it. Don't do what the last man did three years ago. Don't do This Is Why I'm Hot. They don't want that no more. They want something brand new. So, just make sure you keep up with the trends. Right now, we got a lot of great artists in the business, man. Like you got Wayne, Drake, Kanye, Jay-Z. These dudes are still pioneers. Eminem. Learn from them, because those dudes, I'm learning from them. You know what I'm saying? So
People learn from you too.
Appreciate that, definitely.
I appreciate it so much, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Wow. Look.
Okay.
Look. This is receipts for days here. So look, he is a hip hop veteran, multi-platinum success. He had to hang that up real quick because the bigger bag's really behind the scenes. A lot of people don't know he's all about the tech world. Entrepreneur. He's definitely doing his things, but if he need to put his gold chain and hat to the back, he still got them bars. We're gonna say what's up to Mims. Peace, King. I'm Marty. In case you got amnesia.
Marty, what up? What's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's weird because quiet as kept. I'm actually I'm quarantining myself in the basement because I might have been exposed to COVID. So
wow.
Don't worry, you guys can't catch it on the.
Good. If I put a mask on, I will.
That's what's up, man.
I'm doing great. First off, we got a lot to dive into. First off, when you see an old clip of yourself, you probably talked to so many people and their mama. Do you remember that?
Was that Miami?
Exactly, Miami. It was a long time ago. It was the Best of the Best show. Best of the Best Miami.
I remember. Yeah, I do remember. Absolutely.
Because at the time, you were doing a joint with, because they're friends of the show too, Travis Porter, the Nicki joint.
That's right. Yeah. Wow. No, I remember that had to be, I want to say like 2010, maybe 2011.
Yeah.
Okay.
So look,
yeah.
So look, first we want to say we definitely appreciate it. There's a whole new energy now. This is Marty A. Johnson show. Real talk, real conversation. Very nosy. You don't get all in your business and all that stuff. But no, in addition, we definitely want to celebrate you also, King. Because a lot of people honestly get you misunderstood as far as musically wise. Seriously, but people think one hit wonder. I'm like, no, this King is doing wonders. He don't need to drop an album. He happened. Yeah. But we're gonna get into that a little bit later. So first off, where you living at now? I know you ain't in Washington Heights no more.
No, I'm actually so it's gonna sound so vain, but like I live between Jersey and the city, so like I have places in both areas, and I'm
Okay.
also looking to relocate down to Florida. So I'm you know I move around a lot, more or less.
Okay. So basically, you're in the tri-state right now
A
at
lot of
this
different
moment,
places
quarantine in the base. Well, you're upstate because I'm from
at
Connecticut
this
because
moment.
they don't have basements down south.
Oh yeah, I'm upstate. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm in good old New Jersey.
oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah,
Jersey. I'm from the tri-state,
yeah.
right next door in Connecticut. So look, we're gonna dive into
Okay.
it. Take me. Look, I want to talk about the new stuff, what you're doing right now. But a lot of people definitely want to catch up with you as far as musically wise, because on this platform we have Charlene, who's a singer on some days, and we have LaBelle, who entrepreneur and does stuff as far as artist wise too. And basically, I want you to school people on game too, because
Mhm.
it's a whole new wave. And what I like about you when I met you back in Miami, what you said came full circle about technology, digital. People looked at you like they want to throw grits at you or something. Like, what the
Yeah,
hell are you talking about?
yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
but take me back to Washington Heights when you was living with your grandma and all that. How did it all come full
Yeah.
circle?
Yeah, I mean, so first of all, shout out to Charlene, shout out to Lavelle, man.
Right.
Definitely a pleasure connecting with all you guys here.
Well,
I mean, if you really take my career as far back as like even when I just got into music, I always like to tell people my story is a little bit more unique than people think.
Mm-hmm.
When I was growing up, I didn't have a father growing up. My father was he lived close to me, but he wasn't around. So obviously, my mother helped raise me and my brother at the time. My So I remember the one incident where I actually went to visit my father. I was actually visiting my father's mother, but he happened to be at the house and or the apartment. And I remember, seeing these two turntables and a mixer. And I remember tugging on my mother's coat, like, "Hey, mom, what is this? What are
Right.
those things?" For I would say maybe for like the next 3 or 4 years, I would like beg her to like give me or get me a turntable set. Um, and that was my introduction into music. Like I was so intrigued trying to figure out who my father was and what he did
Mm-hmm.
that I wanted to really kind of dive into music as a means of connecting with him. My father passed away when I was 11, and then my mother actually went on to pass away when I was 13. And Once again, why I say my story is unique is because literally the birthday right before my mother passed away, she bought me those turntables and that mixer. And I think as I went into mourning her death, I kind of like really just dove into music as a refuge. Like it was my place to kind of go
Mm-hmm.
to get away from all the stuff that was happening around me and my family. And then fast forward, I know Will Smith is all over the internet now, but I kind of had like a similar Bel Air story, right? So my aunt had moved to Long Island, and I
Mm-hmm.
had a choice at that time whether I was going to either move to Florida with my grandparents, who became my legal guardians, or I would move to Long Island with my aunt. And I ended up moving to Long Island instead, and meeting a lot of people that really were interested and had the same interests as me, and just that move alone in itself taught me a lot because here I am, a city guy, young city guy who doesn't pretty novice to what the world has to offer. I get to go out to this suburban area that had houses, grass, trees, I guess middle income black families that they weren't in poverty, which is what I was used to seeing
Right.
where I came from. And it really just sparked something in me to say, hey, this is what I want. Like I want to be able to do better and better myself in life. So that's kind of my story in a nutshell. And it actually helps me talk to people because I've been in both different worlds. It actually helps me converse with a lot of people to say, hey, in order for you to get somewhere in life, you got to see it. You have to envision it, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to be able to turn those visions into a reality, more or less.
No, it's a dope it's a dope story that's not because everyone has the same storyline. I'm from the hood. A lot of people from the hood, and a lot of your
Yeah,
backstories are similar like mine. You pretty much was not in that box, so to speak. You was
yeah,
on both ends of the fence. You know what the burbs is, and you know what the hood
yeah.
is.
Yeah, I mean, I I was accustomed to both. Like I saw
Yeah.
the street life, and what that had to offer, and I have friends now that are still in that street life, and then I saw I saw a different world when moving to Long Island. I saw something different, and I think for me, when you can take that hustle, the mentality of hustling from New York, the inner city, New York streets, and you can apply that to anything, whether it be music, technology, whatever it is. I think that there's something special about people who have the ability to do that. Not everyone has that ability, but there's definitely some entrepreneurs that I've seen in the music space that have had that ability to cross into different different atmospheres. I would say.
Adapt. You can adapt to that energy. So how do you really get that? I like your hustle when you really took it out to the streets. Because you actually work the streets. We're the street team. Really campaigning with your own people riding for you. People don't know about that campaign. They think they just gonna go out and give it to their mans, and then you really took it out there. And how did you really make it all the way out to LA to Capitol Records? Explain that to me, please.
Yeah, so I mean, we I when I was young, I signed a production deal to a local company in New York, and not that they did anything bad, but I realized even when I signed into that I didn't necessarily have the control that I wanted to really push my career. So coming out of that situation, I decided to create my own company, and fast forward, my tactic was I had a lot of friends in high school that didn't necessarily know what they wanted to do coming out of high school. And I was able to kind of just have a sit down with them. Some of them thought they wanted to be rappers.
Yep.
Some of them just wanted to be in the limelight. Some of them wanted to just be in the club popping bottles. And I really just kind of took a handful of these guys and said, hey, look, I'm interested in doing the music thing, and if you guys want, like, I'll find a position. We can create positions for each and every one of you, and we can go out and really treat this like a company. And we did that. And I released a few records that did decently prior to This Is Why I'm Hot, but definitely nothing of that caliber. And one of the records actually brought me on tour with Method Man. As actually, let me actually run it back. ODB, God rest his soul, he was getting out of prison, and because I was doing so much stuff in the city, promoting my name and myself, someone who saw one of the flyers that I must have had out, they were like, "Yo, we would love for him to open up for ODB in his first performance back out of prison." It was at BB King's right on 42nd Street, and I remember basically it was my job to pack the house out, and I don't know how many people BB King's holds, but if let's say it was 1,000 people, 500 of those people were there to see me. Were my people, and we did so well that night that the same promoter was like, "Look, would you mind going on tour with Method Man to be the national opening act?" Now, mind you, my music is really commercial. It's definitely not Wu-Tang. It doesn't have Wu-Tang vibes, but for whatever reason, this promoter believed in me and believed that I could really understand. And it was a learning curve. There was shows that I got no reaction from the crowd based on my music. There were, situations where the booze turned up and turned on. And I think what it did for me is it showed me that no matter how many records you put out on radio, showmanship is totally different. So when you come to do a show, you got to be prepared to entertain the crowd. So that situation, I think, is what kind of catapult. It helped me understand the industry, and then going into my next record, which was This Is Why I'm Hot, it helped me actually push the record a lot more. So that's a little bit of the backstory on that. And I'll say this: if you hear the record, I do a roll call. So I do New York, I do the Dirty South, I do the Midwest, I do and the West Coast, and that was because all of those places I roll called on that record were places that I went to on a tour. So without that tour, I wouldn't have been able to really have that understanding of where these different music regions were at the time.
Wow. For those that's late for the party, we got the hip hop veteran, multi-platinum success, the entrepreneur now, Mims. What's smart about you is you really did your homework. When a lot of people go to label situations where they want to be so oversaturated with all the hip hop artists, you want to go to a different label really where you stand on your own. You know, they really
Yeah.
have to cater to your needs. You're not really shelved, so to speak. Was that really
Yeah.
strategic on your end?
Yeah, I'm a big basketball fan, right?
Okay.
So I watch the game of basketball, pretty much every day of my life, and I look at how organizations are built. And my mindset at the time was, I could be the number two player on a really good team, or I can go and be the franchise player on a team that needs rebuilding. And that's why I kind of made the decision to go with Capitol Records. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, in hindsight, probably not the best decision, but at the time it was really more or less about helping them restructure their urban department, which they didn't really have much. I mean,
Right.
we had Jay Holiday, we had Latoya Luckett, obviously Latoya, a superstar in her own right, with the Destiny's Child movement, but there was really nothing on the urban side that was cooking up, and I had the hottest record in the streets. So for me, it was really about going to a label where I could build camaraderie with other artists and work with them. If you look at my first album, oddly enough, you'll see that I did. I have Latoya on the album. I have Jay
So you
Holiday
wanted
on
that
the
to be
album.
your first single? Am I correct?
Yeah, I wanted them to be a single. I mean,
A single,
I was
rather.
praying that we could have got another one out of that album,
Okay.
but the label saw it differently. And I think for me, it was always about the camaraderie. Like, so I don't know. And once again, this may get me in trouble, I try to be as honest as I can.
We're
You know,
friends, so go. Please share.
I could have went with any artist I wanted to. I could have gone with heavy hitters, top A, number one on the Billboard artist. I had the hottest record in the world. I could have put anybody who I wanted, and I really felt the need that whenever I was working with someone, it was more strategic than it was just about the music. Even if you talk about the remix to "This Is Why I'm Hot," everybody and their mother jumped on that song, and I could have really kind of made it definitive, but I decided to do a reggae remix and make that the official remix instead. So everything that I did with that project was more strategic in helping a label build an urban department that didn't exist. And I think, if anything, for me, my disappointment came in a few things. One, everyone who were there when I got signed ended up getting fired, like literally maybe a month into me signing a deal. So I had to rebuild with a new team at the record label, and they were way too confused on what to do with me as a musician that I ended up kind of getting caught in this, I guess, in a sense, this artist purgatory, more or less, where I have this huge record and they were expecting me to follow it up with something that was similar, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to really kind of be able to showcase who I was moving forward, and we just didn't agree. And I decided that when I left the label, I was no longer going to put out commercial music. There was definitely some financial discrepancies coming out of that situation, and I grossed a lot of money for them, and I don't think I was compensated correctly. And then that's what really brought me into technology, which was building music-based technology that would help artists like myself not have to go through the pitfall and the pain points that I went through in my career.
I want you to really just dive in far as the artistry wise, because from what I did my research, you was executive producer. You wrote your lyrics. You produced your own records, millions and millions and millions of dollars. From what I heard, 13 million, and you didn't even get $40,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So my first check, I basically remember my partner saying, "Hey man, we at least got a couple million coming in from the label, and I'm like, okay, fine, let me go buy this nice little convertible." And I remember, like, maybe a week or so later, I got my first check, and I was like, wait a minute, what happened to the couple of million that I was expecting? But what I realized is, it's such a discrepancy, right? And I think we talk about urban music and Black music. So first of all artists, quote unquote, go through this whole getting cheated phase. I think record labels have way too much of an old school mentality. But for me, it was a little bit more personal, because yes, I made money doing other things, but it was, I didn't have to come here. I didn't have to do this deal with you guys. I built my career without a record label. I could have went to any record label that I wanted to. you guys decided to create a partnership with me, which, by the way, that's what my deal was. Sorry about that. My what's the name went out, but that's what my deal was. And and I think as when it comes to corporate greed, as what I like to kind of alluded to, people just the people at record labels, just at that time at least, they operated really, really poorly.
He's really schooling people in on game. I know the same situation happened to a black boy named Marty, but it was more for TV, not for music. Lot of success, young little black boy. They made millions of dollars, and they didn't even give me they gave me less than you. I got $23,000.
Yeah, I mean it's sad, and I think I think what happens in life is you learn not to, there's people who get affected and they let that become them, right? So I tell the story because I feel like it needs to be heard, but I also try to tell where I'm at now in my life and my career, so that they could know that it wasn't a place. It was a stepping stone for me to learn something, so that I could actually apply my knowledge of what I learned into where I'm going now. And I think that's the beauty about going through difficult times or hardships or things that you don't foresee, is that it's not how many times you get knocked down, as they say, it's about how many times you get back up.
But and let's set the record straight, Mims, because let people know that you decided to leave music. You didn't get bamboozled, you didn't get blackballed. You could have kept on making records. So I want to make that be clear, because some people killing my little inbox, telling them, let's be clear. I already know the story, because I already know you've been don't take this the wrong way. I know a lot of black dudes ain't really tech savvy. I'm one of them.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, you know a lot about tech stuff? They look at us, they don't think we know. They're like,
no.
But you know how you transcend over to the tech world, please.
Yeah, I mean, so first and foremost, yes, you're right. I mean, I decided to leave, right? So my thought path was always, and once again, you got to look at how I grew up. I went from Washington Heights to Long Island. So the mentality of wanting to have a better life didn't come from me doing music. It came from me actually going from one scenario to the next. So my thing was, music was always a place of refuge for me. So if I feel like I've given somebody something and they abused it, why would I want to go back into a situation where I give them any more of me? So yes, I personally decided to walk away. There were plenty of deals offered to me after walking away, which, by the way, the company didn't. If you think about the second album, which was kind of forced out of me, and I still appreciate the album itself. I didn't want to give them that project. I didn't even want to record an album for my second time around. I really just kind of wanted to, walk away and just figure things out on my own. So fast forward, I remember, being on a flight because I've always obviously toured globally, still do to this day. And I remember going out to a concert in San Francisco, and I was on the plane with one of my business partners, and I said to him, "Hey, I got this idea for a technology app. Maybe we could line up some calls when we got into the Silicon Valley area." And he called a few people. He got in contact, cold called a few VCs, and what I realized is that, and it's not even in a bad way, but no one really took me seriously, right? And for me, that's a bad thing. Like, if you don't take me seriously, I'm gonna try to figure out why, and it's gonna rack my brain until I figure out how I can make you take me seriously. And I think this was around 2012, and from 2012 to 2017, I basically went behind the scenes like a turtle back in my shell, and learned a whole different industry from the inside out. So it wasn't me using my celebrity. It wasn't me saying, I'm gonna use the Mims card to get in. It was me going to conferences, wearing badges, handing out flyers, speaking at booths, getting information from a world that I knew nothing about, until I feel like I did something in the world that made me get acceptance, which was at the time winning TechCrunch Disrupt, which was it, which if anyone knows about technology, TechCrunch is basically like one of the biggest technological organizations so winning that basically was like having a #1 record in the music industry for me, at least.
Now that was your confirmation for you.
Exactly.
I got it. So Lavelle, I know you've been talking about Mim since you found out where he was gonna be on. Go ahead and ask him before I ask him my other question. What you gonna ask Mims real quick?
Man, so many questions I want to ask. Let's stick to the technology. I guess I'll stick with that. You know how they say Soulja Boy was the first to, achieve this milestone in the ringtone game and this and that. And that itself is a misconception, even though shouts to Soulja. But you definitely did that before him.
Absolutely.
Like how did that was that the indicator for you to let you know, oh man, this is gonna be a different game in the next 5 years? Like what was it, the ringtone?
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you a story, right? One of my partnerships was with a company called DigiWax. DigiWax at the time was the beginning of a new era. So what they are was a digital wax service. They were the first MP3 based digital wax service. So they essentially took a record MP3 and they serviced all the DJs around the world. And I remember sitting down with my business partner CL, who actually is the CEO of DigiWax, and we're having a conversation about technology and where it's going. And he essentially was the one who pretty much put the inkling in my mind that the world was going to change. Him and Steve Jobs, right? Okay. So Steve Jobs introduced the iPod at the time, and then CL did the MP3 wax thing. So I knew that physical sales were going to be obsolete, because if you can give me a product that held 20,000 songs, and I don't have to worry about, I don't know how old you guys look really young, but we all had the CDs. I'm hoping we all had the CD, the little CD pouch in the car with 20 CDs or 200 CDs in it, and you had to find the CD you wanted to listen to. But I knew that was going to change the wave of the future, and I didn't know the ringtone thing would be as big as it was, but I definitely knew that the digital download world would be different. And shout out to Soulja Boy. Soulja. So I don't know the order of how things went, but I remember at that time, myself, I came out. I know Sean Kingston was doing really well at the time, and I think Soulja Boy had come shortly after. And what I think happened with him, and where I respect him at a lot, is that he became the person that people made fun of. Right, I got it. I'm not gonna lie. People made fun of me in the sense that, oh, that's not real music. It's, like you said, one hit wonder. But he became that person that they made so much fun of that they fueled him. It's almost like the Donald Trump syndrome. Like you make so much fun of someone that you actually give them power. And what he did with the power was amazing to me. He took a lot of that on the chin and said, you know what, forget everybody. You can call me what you want, but I'm breaking down boundaries, and I'm gonna release record after record. And he built an audience, and the audience he built is still with him to this day. So I think it's dope. But yeah, I mean, I was the first artist to probably go platinum on the ringtone side.
You was.
Maybe Sean Kingston, I don't know, but myself, or maybe even Sean Kingston.
But you got a plaque. A lot of people can't say they got plaques. You got Charlene Dizzy, he's right up your alley. He's from your era. Am I right?
Yes. And thanks for the compliment. Yes. Thank you for the compliment of looking young. I appreciate it.
You do. Black don't crack, right? Black don't crack.
That part.
Yeah.
The question that I have for you is, what was the highest point of your career for you, your music career, and why?
That's a really good question. I think that I'd have to think about it, but if the first thing that came to mind to me would be performing at Summer Jam. Because being from the New York area, there's only two places that are like the mecca of like New York hip hop. One is Madison Square Garden, and the other is obviously Summer Jam Hot 97. And that would probably be my number one answer. But let me give you a runner up if I could. I think for me, the height of my music career is now looking back and seeing how many people I've been able to help along the way, right? So and you know, not meaning that from a bragging standpoint, meaning there were some people who came in my life who didn't necessarily have direction, and now they're doing well for themselves in the music industry. There were producers that I worked with that didn't have any placements and are doing pretty decently in the music industry, and I think having just any involvement in the cultivating of someone else's career, and them being successful at doing it, to me is a really great feeling.
It is, but like you hit it right on the head. You hit it right on the head. Who are some of your favorites that you actually work with? I know you work with Red Cafe, who's a friend of this show. Wayne's a friend of his show. You collaborate with him also, and a few others. Look, who's one of your favorites? And who's one of the most difficult ones too? We're friends now.
Yeah, you know what? Red is like a brother to me. You know, like Red is one of those guys that I met early in my career and has never changed. Going through it, and you know, it's weird because the music industry is a really weird place, right? So I'll say this: I didn't really make a lot of friends. I always kept my circle small. And what I appreciate about certain people is that their ability to reach out not only when you're at the height of your career, but
Right.
also when times get low. And I think that there's not a lot of people that do that. So I respect those. I respect those that take. I mean, even you, Martier, like honestly, being on the show and having the ability to have a voice because you said to yourself, you know what, I spoke to this gentleman years ago. Let's get him on the show. So I think for me, you know, I don't put out hit records, so I'm not in the public eye anymore. But it feels good to know that people do check up on you, and it wasn't always just about how successful you were, you know, 15 years ago.
It don't matter. Like I said, you have a story to itself. A lot of people don't know your story. And that, like I said, I wanted to reach out. I went through my list. I said, hold on, what about Mims?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Appreciate it.
So who do you don't like? Who you didn't like working with in the studio? I know you work with KRS-One, he's a New Yorker also. Look, everyone ain't golden now. So look, tell me one, please.
You know what? I didn't get to physically work in the studio with that record. A friend of mine who produced the record had Redman and KRS-One on the record, and I happened to be working with him on a project.
Okay.
And he pulled it out the vault and was like, "Yo, check this record out. Would you jump on it?" And I said, "Yeah, but you got to clear it with them, and they got the OGs got to be okay with it." So they were okay with it, and I think it was a great scenario. Let me think. I mean, who gave me the hardest time?
Okay, here's another question. Did you get in trouble when you did a Mobb Deep sample, the Jesus Walks and the Dre and all that? Did they come for you, or did Dre call Sugar on you? Anybody?
Yo, so you know what's so crazy? I want somebody to do this. I don't know if this could be a Guinness Book of World Records thing, but I would, if you ever look at the credits for This Is Why I'm Hot, obviously I wrote the whole record, but there's probably about 20 names that are listed at any given time in the credit wise. I feel like that if we could call Guinness Book of World Records, I feel like that's got to be the most sampled, number one sampled records, because all of those records were roughly top 10, if not number one records in the music, in the hip hop space. So, it got me in trouble, but in a good way.
Okay.
Now, had I not put those samples in, who knows if the record would have got played. So it's a gift and a curse, but I think, I definitely made people millionaires. If they weren't already millionaires, they became even more millionaires from that record, for sure.
Okay. Look, I thought someone gonna be looking for you. I would think someone gonna wait for you backstage or something and get you.
No. I think at that point, so we have this unwritten rule in music. Like if there's a record that uses a sample, most of the times we just we shut up until the record blows up, and then we make our request. So I'm sure that they looked at it and said, "Oh, this record is what position on the charts? Okay, cool." And well, this is how much we want. And, shout out to the clearance team. I don't know. I think I forgot the name of the team, but they usually get no recognition. I think it was DG. I forgot the name, but point is that they cleared that record. That probably was an amazing clearance for them.
Okay.
Difficult.
We're gonna play a game with you, Mims. First off, I know when you're an artist, it never leaves you. It never leaves and something like that. First, Charlene up in the corner. She might put Vaseline on her face and ready to fight with you. Cause I want to do your top 5 list.
Okay.
Okay, but it's Marty A. Johnson show. We're not gonna do the traditional one because everyone got a top 5.
What you up to, Marty?
Hold on. Dead or alive, your top 5 female R&B singers from 5 to 1. Go.
Top 5. Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
If she can be included, Lauryn Hill.
Okay, go ahead. We're on 5 to 1, Mims.
Oh, so not 1 to 5 because Lauryn Hill would be probably number 1 on my list.
Oh Lord, go ahead.
put her up there. I mean, only because the Miseducation album.
Okay, continue. Go ahead. It's your time.
R&B, man, you went into a category. I
If you
want
need
to say
some help,
Beyonce.
we'll throw names out. If you need help, we'll help you throw some names out. You can say yay or nay. Beyonce.
I was just gonna say Beyonce's on the list for sure.
Janet.
Ooh, I met Janet and extremely beautiful. I met Janet. I don't know if I'd put her on my list.
Okay.
Because I'm a soulful person. So like I like the soulful records. So if you asking me soulful,
I mean, I'm helping. We're helping them. We're going
tough.
to throw one.
I mean,
in.
can do groups count? Can I put a group?
We're doing so female. Throw a group in there.
Solo.
Go ahead. Throw a group.
I was gonna say maybe in the En Vogue SWV era, which I'd probably put them in the same category.
But Mim's different to this show. Mim's different to this show, so I like your list. Them girls are friends.
There you go. So
hold
where
on.
we at?
Which En Vogue? The Funky Divas En Vogue or the En Vogue and another girl?
That I don't even know.
The En Vogue that we all know with the 4 girls.
Yeah, that En Vogue.
Okay.
Traditional.
Continue.
Who else, man? I mean, if I gotta add someone in the new era. I got 2 from the new era that I'm gonna add. I like SZA. I love what she's doing, and honestly, I like her. I like what she's doing as well musically. She's really talented. So, my list is, and that's only because I was thinking really quick because I'm sure I left like a prominent name off.
Okay, we're gonna switch the game called either or. Lavelle here. Let's explain the game to Mims real quick. If I say strawberries or lemons, what are you picking?
Probably going strawberry.
Okay. Charlene.
Yes.
Date night with your number 2 choice or or a night on the town with the girls.
Not on town with my girls.
Mims, you get the game, right?
Yeah, I get it.
You're gonna pick either or. A lot of success. I'm gonna keep it easy, then I'm gonna build it up. You travel all over the world. If you had to pick either or, one of your favorite places, Hawaii or Japan, to do a show.
I haven't been to Hawaii, so I'm gonna pick Hawaii because I haven't been there, and it's been on my list to go. But I have been to Japan, but I'm gonna say Hawaii just because it's the climate.
Okay, you're from the era with a lot of when people was actually buying music and stuff like that. But if you can do a collaboration right now in the studio, you going with Joey Crack, Fat Joe, or Ja Rule? Who you rocking with?
I'm gonna go. I got nothing against both guys, but I'm gonna go Fat Joe only because for me, he deserves his flowers right now. Like he's been consistently in the music business for quite so many generations. So I'm gonna say that's one of the hardest things to do. I'm gonna go Fat Joe on that.
Okay. R&B is where it's at right now. There's a lot of females coming and they're really holding their mark right now. However, both these girls are New Yorkers. You rolling with Nicki or you rolling with Cardi?
I knew that was coming. Ooh, yeah. I mean, either which way I lose, that's a lose-lose. I think I'm gonna go with the tenure on this one. Like the person who's had a little bit more time in the game, I'm gonna say Nicki, and also because she put my name in one of her raps many years ago. So I mean, I got to go on the Nicki side. But and this you could chop this out if you want to get me in trouble later on. But I will say when Cardi's career was taking off, I knew that there was something about her that she was gonna like really make an impact. So much so that I remember I did an interview with Forbes at the time, and they were asking me who's the hottest person coming out of New York, and I mentioned Cardi B. So I know I didn't do what you wanted me to do, so I'm gonna pick Nicki because, but I believe that I respect them both, and I admire.
Yeah, you cleaned it up really nice. Otherwise, I'm about to say good night, Sean.
yeah.
I'm about to say good night. So I'm thinking back to the classic hip hop days where remember when they had like the dynamic duels in hip hop. So you gonna roll with the Jay-Z and Foxy or the Biggie and Kim? You like that?
Biggie and Kim. Because there wouldn't be a Jay-Z and Foxy without a Biggie and Kim. And I feel like Biggie made that a thing. So I mean, and Foxy, I love her. Like she's dope. Got nothing against her, but and she throws the reggae music in. But I mean, I'm gonna have to say when I grew up, it was Biggie and Kim for me first, and then the Jay and Foxy thing came along.
Oof.
Or at least Junior Mafia. But yeah, everybody loved that first little Kim album cover. At least I did. I guess.
You gonna roll? Let's just happen to if you was stuck on a desert island, you want to do a oh no, yeah. You want to do a Mobb Deep album? Put in any Mobb Deep album or a Pete Rock and CL Smooth
album? Just because I sampled Mobb Deep, I'm gonna go Mobb Deep. Just because I sampled. I mean, shout out to Pete Rock and CL Smooth. But that Infamy album, yeah, that's a New York classic. I mean, they both are legendary, but that's a New York classic. So,
Mims, what's going on? Are you on a payment arrangement plan?
I know, right? Nah, it's my computer screen. My screensaver keeps turning on and off. Over
I'm about to say, do I need help?
Yeah.
I'm trying to create a GoFundMe page because they're close.
I know. PSC&G doesn't like me, huh?
Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay, LaBelle, congratulations. Throw in one hard one for him real quick, either or. Charlene, you next.
As far as bar for bar, Lil Wayne or Lloyd Banks?
Ooh.
Damn, that's tough. I mean, you put two different seasoned artists. I mean, I'd be wrong if I'm gonna say Wayne. Just because the consistency. Not that Lloyd Banks is the fact that you have to put their two names together means great respect for Lloyd Banks. But I'm gonna definitely go with Wayne on that one.
Okay. Go ahead, Charlene. You got one, Charlene?
I was multitasking. So what am I supposed to be asking?
Give me either or.
Give me either or. Okay. Let's see. Cookies or ice cream?
I'm black, so lactose intolerant, so I'm gonna go with the cookies. Yeah. The ice cream is cool, but you gotta deal with the after effects. So I'm gonna stick to the cookies.
Feel you.
We gotta give him a real hard one. The big thing right now is versus. The big thing right now is versus. I know you're a New Yorker. I'm from the tri-state. Let's Puffy, Diddy, whatever name he is, this quarter. He said he's not doing a versus with Jermaine Dupri. He wants Dre. So they're going from hit for hits. Who do you think got it? Dre or Puffy?
Man, there's no way out of this one. This is the hardest one. Hit for hit, and the ability to be in different, I guess, worlds. I would say Diddy.
Okay.
But I mean, come on now. That's like asking, LeBron or Michael Jordan or MJ. Like I don't know. That's like one of those things where there's so many compelling arguments on both sides. But I mean, just because I'm on the East Coast,
right.
I'm ride with the East Coast and say Diddy.
You have to. I'm gonna have you do a drop in a minute before this little raggedy platform called Marty Johnson. Well, we ain't raggedy. Let me stop saying that. We're top tier. Let me ask you this, Mims. Do you miss the music scene?
You know what? I just celebrated my birthday, and I was out in Tampa, and I got to see all the records that they were playing. And I will say this: some of those records are definitely like, you know, making my I guess give me little tingles. Like, yo, let me just get back in the lab and do another one. So yeah, I mean, sometimes I do, but I also think for me, I appreciate what the younger audience is doing and what they're adding to the game. I know a lot of the times, as older people, we're trained to say, "Yo, I don't like the new music." I do prefer old school music. I do prefer the '90s and 2000s. But that doesn't mean that I won't give a shot to some of the music that's coming out. You know, so I don't know if I want to compete with that. I think if we find enough of us that really like appreciate that older sound, I'm cool with doing some stuff on that wave.
But would you listen to some other stuff, like just to hear some of these people that think they got it?
Yeah, I mean, I do now, you know.
Good.
So like I'll throw on, and it's crazy because don't ask me who they are, but I know everybody's name start with little this and baby this so. But I mean, speaking of, I like the baby. I like Little Baby. I like the content that they have. There's a lot of people that are coming out that you know.
Well, good. How's your calendar? Well, I got you, so I can put you on the spot. You got
as far as like
your calendar.
You know what? I was supposed to be in LA right now, so let me see if I can pull up my calendar. I don't even know where I'm gonna put it.
Because this is Marty Johnson show. They're like, what he about to do?
Yeah.
Because
talk to me.
Because I really rocked with you, man, for real. It really came full circle. I thought about saying, okay, let me see what Grandpa's gonna talk about. But I really like you. But no, here's why. Because I don't do it for everybody. Only people that I FUCK with. I did it for Little Flip because he's a friend of this show.
Shout to Flip.
All people I said, they said yes. So you better not be the one that said. I asked Flip. Flip said yes. Our friends 112, they're friends of this show. They've been on this show 100 times. They did it. They said yes. Hold on. Give me another one. Give me another one. Gorilla Black. I asked him. He said yes. I asked Coolio. He been on the show.
I got a Coolio story.
Oh, tell it. Then I'm gonna ask you.
What's your
I did
story?
I did a show with Coolio in Colorado, but before I even knew he was on the bill, I jumped in the shower. I got to the hotel. I jumped in the shower. And I get a knock, like a random knock on my door, and I looked through the peephole. I didn't know he was in Colorado, and I had never met him prior to this. I looked through my peephole, and it's Coolio on the other side of the peephole. And I guess he was looking for, because they had a laundromat inside the thing. He couldn't find change to do his laundry, so he was knocking on a bunch of doors to find change. But imagine me in the middle of nowhere in Colorado about to do a show, and I'm looking through my my hotel door peep hole, and I see Coolio, you know, with the braids and stuff. Look on the other side. I'm like, yo, what is going on here? But that was a cool way to meet him. It was crazy.
Well, that's good. But like I said, with that being said, all our OGs and all our good, because now you're officially a friend of our platform. So that being said, I want to get your honest opinion on the day. I'll give you a test or two. I want you to come back and tap in. Just listen to some of the new artists. Give them some real feedback, because you're a veteran. Because sometimes the artists never leave you. Sometimes you want to hear what's going on in the streets, because everyone claims it the next Mims.
I'm with it.
Let's look at your calendar now so I can lock you in.
You give me the date, I'll throw it in right now.
Let me get my calendar out too. You want to do April? How's your Tuesday? Send me a Tuesday.
I got Tuesday's even great, because right now I don't have much going on any Tuesday.
All right, artists, listen. All right, so let me think. Okay, next week is So For Real. They're coming. Hold on. Next week is Gina Thompson's coming. I'm at the bump. All right, so April the 26th.
April 26th. I'm locking it in right now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We good.
Sorry, Allure. Girls, y'all gotta wait.
Oh no, don't do that. I
No.
like Allure. Shout to
No,
them.
they're our friends too. No, they're
Yeah.
no, they're coming later that month. They're coming to 28th.
Okay,
Them girls are coming on 28th.
we locked in then.
Woo! So
26 Tuesday, 7:30.
yes, sir. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do another.
Okay.
Hold on. Here, I'm gonna give you a little sample real quick. Kenny. Y'all need to take me out to Con Key because I want some steak and shrimp.
Mm.
Because I'm doing y'all a very good favor. On that one, some steak and shrimp.
We shout out to the artist you had playing before I came in.
Oh, Brandon.
Yeah, talented. I mean,
Yes.
So
super talented.
So, ma'am, here's what we're gonna do next time. Next time you come on, I'm gonna give you a sample first. Here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna do a sample now, and then we're gonna do this first. Hold on. Pay attention, man, because we're gonna give you the spotlight in a minute, okay?
Okay.
You see how we tapped him before you came on, right?
Yeah, it is.
So, ma'am, you gotta follow me on Instagram, Marty A. Johnson. Please, everyone else does. Even
Yeah, no, my Instagram game sucks. I'll do it right now, actually.
all right, so we're gonna get this straight.
And
Ooh,
what's your Instagram?
huh?
Mims is life.
Mims
Huh?
Life. Mims Life.
Mims
I'm gonna
life.
look up.
See this? Tell me when you do that, then I'm gonna follow you back.
I got you right now.
Okay.
I see you right here.
Okay. Okay, Lavelle, I see you already follow.
Tell me when you're ready. Remember when you're done, let me know. Then we're gonna tap in.
Yep. Let me know where you guys are at. That's where I
Don't
see
worry,
it.
we're gonna cue you in. When you say your name,
Okay.
just say it up to people. Because we're gonna use this. Y'all ready, Charlene?
Okay.
Ready?
What's up, world? It's the Marty A. Johnson Show. Listen, this is our celebrity edition. We got the OG right here. Hip hop veteran Mims. Mims, say what's up to the people.
You already know it's your boy Mims, and we are locked in. The Marty A. Johnson Show. We are here. New York, stand up, baby. Mims.
That's what it is. Look, if you're an artist, you want your music heard, this is where it's at. Charlene, where do you send the music to?
Send your music to martyajohnson4@gmail.com. That's martyajohnson4@gmail.com.
We say this every week. We're the only platform that has celebrity guests weekly. Don't get mad, step your game up.
Yeah.
However, Lavelle, if we're not feeling the music, what's going to happen?
You will be getting the cut.
And man, the artist's name is, well, the group name is Kenny and Ben K. What's the name of the group, Lavelle?
AG&B, all gas, no brakes, repping hard for the Carolinas. Step it.
Okay.
Nice.
And the joint, Mim, is called Above the Clouds.
Let's get it.
Dope.
Mim, don't be scared to cut it.
All right. They're gonna have me get killed in North Carolina by
You're welcome, Kenny.
I'm knocking on the door to success, let me in, cause all I wanna do is ball. ESPN, God bless the man who got the balls to go and get it. And then baby, you find do something exquisite. Out of this world like Pluto, this game I just kick it like it's judo. And by tonight, baby, where we gon' end up, who knows? Only his holy knows what his life gon' take us. Whatever don't break us, make us, cause I ain't doing you no favors, player. Get off your ass and go and get it like me. Wasn't always doing the right thing, but I ain't Spike Lee. Shit, I gotta stay icy. I gotta stay 3 steps ahead of y'all. When boys wanna ice me, what's likely? You mess around, you get your guys hit. They built me to be filthy on some lie, do or die shit. My hands above the clouds.
Charlie, you rocking with it?
It ain't your time to coming down. It ain't your time to coming down.
Jay-Z. You can catch me skating through your town, putting it down. If you relating, hating, stop, make your block if you're riding like Satan. Cooking less about yours as long as mine's right. Please, y'all ain't seeing no cheese, y'all 3 blind. My toast to the crime life. Cheers. I know you hating people here, cause I can feel you near. But will we scared? No, I play it like a G supposed to be. And all that acting dumb will get you hung like a rosary. Me and my folks are with, we made a pact. Death before this honor, your honor, and ain't no breaking that, no. I'm on top of broke, I never break that oath. Just let them days go by and let us stack that dope. And yes, we must endure some hatred, but that'll be basic, like Jadakiss stated. We gonna make it, as the money pal, like Chris Brown, I tell him, look at me now. It ain't your time to come down. It ain't your time to come down. It ain't your time to come down. Look up in the sky. What is that? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, baby, it is I. Like all kills, I spread my wings, if only if I can fly. And life's a bitch, but damn, baby, don't I treat you right? Every night you steady tight splurging. My pocket's staying more tighter than a virgin. It's like a circus, clowns are serpents. Wanna send me to hell if they can, so I keep that thunder in reach. I'm young Kevin Durant. I bet you hear me now. You know the saying this, money talks then. When I come through in that coat with the brick roast, ain't no need to be shy, baby. All you gotta do is keep your head above the clouds, baby. I'm speaking now. It ain't your time to come down. Show it
Okay.
Okay.
We got
AGB.
we got Heads Above the Clouds. Mims, what do you think?
Yeah.
Right there.
I think that's kind of exactly what I was talking about. Like I think there's music that, you know, I get it. Like the world wants sometimes to hear what's going on in the clubs now, where you're like, listen, I don't even know what the category of this music is nowadays, but I don't know if it's called trap music or club or whatever. But I feel like that stuff, like that music like that, to me brings me back to that essence of when, you know, when we were creating music in the early 2000s,
Right.
in the late 90s. I think, you know, it doesn't get as much light as with the audience.
That's definitely what it is. Listen, if your artist want to tap in on the Marty A. Johnson Show, as I mentioned before, we have celebrity friends that come on our platform all the time. We got OG Mims. So if you're an artist, you want to tap in on the Marty A. Johnson Show, Charlene, remind them what they need to do.
Send your music to MartyAJohnson4@gmail.com. That's MartyAJohnson4@gmail.com.
And remind them, if we're not feeling what's going to happen.
Oh, if you send us your latest and it ain't your greatest, you will be cut.
Remember, Mims is coming back on the show to listen to some music. So, Mims, what are you looking for when you artists tap in, when you come back on the show?
Yeah, I mean, you know, just like the record we heard, I love when records have strong hooks that are memorable. To me, melody is key. So whatever you do in life, you want to add a little bit of melody to it just to get the listeners tuned in. And then the content, right? So like, you know, there's but so many times that we could hear about how many bust downs and you know, how expensive a person's jeans are. I like hearing music that brings me somewhere. So if you got stuff like that, like you just played these 2 records, then it's actually a really cool listening session for me.
Remember, send your music to MartyAJohnson4@gmail.com. You can say it what you want. Remember, this is Marty A. Johnson Show.
So Marty, I want to say this too, man. I respect you and I want to applaud you as well, and all of you guys, really, Charlene, Lavelle, because really this what you guys are doing is you're keeping the culture alive. Like, we don't get that a lot. I don't get to see this a lot, where people are actually keeping the culture alive. You know, I grew up watching Video Music Box.
Mhm.
You know, shout out to Ralph McDaniels. I grew up where people really kind of got to tap in and talk, and then it became a period in time where artists couldn't do interviews because the radio stations didn't want artist interviews because it was listeners were turning it off. So, I mean, thank you, like, really, for keeping the culture alive and doing these things.
We appreciate people like you that come on the platform and they just, you know, respect what we do and just want to come, you know, spend a little time with us. And then when they invite them back, knock on wood, every person we invited back, they never tell us no.
I'm here. April 26th, 7:30 p.m.
Perfect. You gotta do a drop for me, sir. I gotta add you on the new promo too. You can say what you want. Remember, I'm Marty. Please, Marty A. Johnson. This is the Marty A. Johnson. So you can say whatever you want. Because I got an old one. I gotta freshen it up. Hold on, I'm gonna make this big. I'm gonna make it just like this. Hold on, Mims. Just count down through. Oh, hold on. All right, count down 3, 2, 1, then go.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Mims, aka Mr. This Is Why I'm Hot. But you know it ain't about me right now. It's about my homeboy Marty A. Johnson. That's right, the Marty A. Johnson Show. It's the #1 show, my favorite cast of people, and we are here. Make sure you are locked in. Your boy Mims says lock in, the Marty A. Johnson Show. Mims!
Mims? I like that. Give me one more option, please. Give me one more option, please. Just go 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right, 3, 2, 1. What up, everybody? It's your boy Mims, aka Mr. This Is Why I'm Hot, aka Mr. Like This, Mr. Move If You Wanna. And right now, you're rocking out with my favorite show. That's right, the Marty A. Johnson Show, my favorite show. So make sure you're tuned in. We are here. Let's get it.
Perfect. That's perfect. So look, Mims, I can talk to you. I can talk to you all day, but we're gonna talk to you within a month from now. Let me back in. My bad.
Oh,
Joe.
yeah, let's do it.
So how was
in.
that? So we're trying to do our thing. Look, maybe we need to collab and take this show to the masses and get you in on the piece of the pie. That's what we're trying to do. This is something
we find a technology, you know, one of those tech new platforms that are looking to, you know, make the wheels move, because I love what you guys are doing.
Tell me when I need to fly up to Jersey. That's nothing but a thing for me. When I need to fly up.
I was actually supposed to be in Miami, but it looks like I'm gonna have to
after you
cancel that
quarantine
while I'm quarantining. But yeah, no, we gotta link
talk about
up.
that after the 26th when you come back on the show. Oh, for real.
There you go. I'm for real. Let's do it.
Perfect. So, Mims, it's been a pleasure. So, listen, tap all the way in. Mims will be here in 30 days. So, if you got to call your mans in them, he don't want Pookie Production. He got #1 plaques, multi-platinum. He can still get a bag for a show.
Pretty much.
Salute.
Pretty much.
Salute to you, man. We will see you in a month.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
And follow him on. I'm sorry. What's your social media before we go, please? I'm sorry.
I suck at social media at Mims Life. At Mims Life. I think that's like everything is at Mims Life. So.
Okay. So I'm emailing you directly, but we'll be talking.
There it is.
Oh.
Ooh.
Great interview.
Immaculate.
Y'all knew I was gonna get him back to tap, man. Y'all knew that already, huh?
Yes.
Yo.
It wouldn't be you if you didn't. But that was a great thing.
Hold on. How was Mims? First off, Charlene, how was Mims to you? Do you notice anything different?
He was just so down to earth, easy to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he seems to be like a really genuine person. And I love the point when he said his circle is small. Smart man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Charlene, I mean not Charlene. Lavelle, look, I'm not getting on you, Lavelle. I'm not getting on you. I'm gonna give Lavelle first of all, Lavelle. I'm gonna give you first. You gotta start with something good. This ain't beating you down. I give you the ultimate compliment because you campaign for us. You campaign for your folks too. Problem I have with your folks, they don't take us seriously here. They know about their business. Multi-platinum.
Yeah, it's a lot of that going on.
Lavelle, multi-platinum.
Yeah, a
Billboard.
lot of folks gonna just have to catch up or try to catch up when it's too late, Marty.
Woo!
And that's the thing. That's the thing, though, Marty. It's so many opportunities that the show gives to up and coming artists, and they just don't take advantage of it.
Don't worry, because guess what?
What?
I have a meeting with everybody. You know that, even with men. Yeah, I have a meeting with everyone. No, with that being said, I just want to remind y'all we're going on the road. We're gonna be leaving for 9 days. Woo! I got to pack my bag and everything. 4 bag. The information gonna be coming soon. I'll be going for 9 days straight. Going to multiple cities. It's already in motion, and it is happening this year, this summer. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yay! I'm excited.
Summer.
Look, that's all I'm gonna say. That information is coming soon. But Mims, we ain't going nowhere yet. Mims was delightful.
For sure.
Yes.
So much free game, man. Like, it just don't come about. The last time that he ever even spoke on that type of stuff was during his BET special, and that was a year, 2 years ago.
You know, so, we got new game. Like he wanted to get his flowers. He wanted to talk.
Yes.
He appreciate not just me. He appreciate us.
He's not the only one that recognizes how special this platform is. Like for it to come from such a top tier artist that's been done it. Yeah, a lot of these artists need to wake up, man.
And then let's give another shout out to our good friend Speech. Speech said, "Oh, I love this platform. Y'all do your homework. Very nosy."
Yeah.
We dropped Jews. People think I'm lying when I said Deion Ferris put Vaseline on her face, throwing a chair at him. Look.
Yeah, shocked the mess out of me. I was like,
no. And Lavelle, they want to give the game. They want to tell the story.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful part about it all, really, to be honest with you.
They say, "You want me to come?" Sure. And Lavelle, and you know he like when I have receipts too.
They all do. They all do.
They're like, oh shit.
So I got a surprise for y'all. Y'all gonna have to wait. We're gonna end this show early because I think the energy's real good. I should end this on a high note.
The records are good too. Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it on because the energy's good. Maybe I'm gonna show you the surprise now. Should I show you the thing for next week or should we wait till later?
I want to see.
Should we wait till later?
I don't even mind either way, but I like to see it.
Come on, Lavelle.
After
let's see it.
Listen. Let's get back to the hip hop. First off, I want to give a shout out to Kenny and Ben Kev. What's the name of the group? All Gas, No Brakes.
Yeah, All Gas, No Brakes.
I definitely want to shout them out. I mean, they came on yesterday.
Yeah.
They gave us really good talk. We definitely appreciate it.
Another great interview.
That's going to be available actually next week. That's going to be. I'm gonna have that. The flyer's going to be first. The flyer got to be done first. But I definitely want to. Here it is.
For the freaks like to split them cheeks to the early morning.
We ain't doing that one. No thanks. Sorry, we're live, so wrong one. But no, shout them out. That's gonna be available next week. Let's go ahead and tap in. Ty Harris, you're one of the most talented people I know that I met one time. Your stage presence was memorable. Your energy for artistry wise, I ain't looking at you like that. Artistry wise was great. I never heard your record called Man of the Hour. I'm about to play it now. Just a couple of things that I feel that you're lacking. That's all I'm going to say. But hopefully, Charlene, if we're not feeling Ty Harris Man of the Hour, what's going to happen? Because we think this is Lavelle's people's.
You're going to get a cut from us, baby. You're going to get that cut.
Have you heard Man of the Hour?
No.
Lavelle?
I probably have.
Charlene, when he stopped lip singing, we know he did.
Yeah, because he ain't gonna be able to help himself.
Gonna be straightened out. I'm the number one contender for the title. I'm the greatest. I am the best. I'm the man of the hour. Woo! Too sweet to be sour, Jack.
Call me
Tap
the talk
in.
of the town. Rumor has it they're saying I'm something new. Not talking about spinning to get into it, but I give them what others are scared to do. I'm a different dude. You ain't got a clue how I kill the game with no room or weapons. Out of shape and ain't proud of nothing, but when I'm rhyming, I'm surely flexing. They just called up the best in. Cause the top had vacancy and I'm on point with that pen pad, words craft. I don't have latency, wait and see. Did enough of that and I watch the peers as I cruise. Made a backdrop anchor and now the game's in my rules. Noah's Ark, I need twos. That means that you and you, the best friends, come rock the boat. Dead to beat and then make a profit off what I did. This rapper poached. Status quo, I'm getting better, never show decline. Tony Elvira sipping a blimp. Looks up, the world is mine, one of a kind. I'm in my rarest form when that heat is building. Life and times are just starting up, but no questions, I'ma just need a million. Get the feeling, don't know what's ceiling, just steady rising, I love the praise. Give me my moment, no key to the city, don't need a parade. I'm the man of the hour, just in case they all forgot. Guess I'm the one with the power. No sleep even when we on top. They know the city is ours, so why in the fuck would we stop?
Charlie, what's going on here?
I don't know. I don't know, but it didn't grab me in any type of way. It was just a da 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 da. He didn't change his flow enough for me. And then the hook, I didn't like that either.
You sound like you.
Is he watching?
Yeah, I didn't like the hook either.
Somebody tag Ty Harris, please.
Ty, defend your record. I hope he ain't one of those that pops up when he gets mad. Oh, the girls, well, all the girls are cutting it. I see. All the girls are cutting it.
They did.
All the girls are cutting it. So,
Thank you, ladies, so I wasn't alone. Thank you.
Damn.
Ty Harris. Sorry, that ain't it. So remember, tap all the way in. Let's change the tempo. We need a female. Remember, this is Marty A. Johnson show.
Yes.
Look at my aunt sitting right there. Hey. Ooh, it'd be nice to get her on the show. This is different. Ooh, Charlene.
Okay.
That'd be real nice. We get her on here. She need an up-to-date email address though. Let's tap in with her real quick. Y'all ready to tap in real quick?
Yep. Let's do it.
All right. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Tweet? It's the Marty A. Johnson Show, along with Lavelle and Charlene. Queen, my team are reaching out to you. Please come on the Marty A. Johnson Show. It is our tribute to the 90s and 2000. Charlene, we have Leah.
Okay.
Leah's doing her rendition of Oops, there goes my kid. Come on with my, oh my.
Okay. Okay.
We like that one, don't we?
Classic.
Okay, sweetie, you don't want us to cut you down.
Classic.
You don't want us to cut you now. Give it some justice.
It's Tweet a legend, Charlene.
No.
Okay. But Lavelle, we know that record though, don't we?
Classic record.
We
It's a
don't
classic record.
no legend.
Okay, we know all the words to this. However, if we're not feeling this by Tweet, what's gonna happen?
Oops, cut. Sorry.
We praying for you. We don't hear this till when?
Till now.
Give her a chance, please.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Oops, there goes my hand up over my head. Oh my. So get a strange caress on my soul. Oh my. What I did last night was game on. Around the 43, still so high. Hypnotized in a trance from this body, but I'm wrong. I'm saying, who'd have thought I need help from this feeling that I felt? So sick, I can't my breath. Ooh, there's my hand up over my head. Oh my. Ooh.
Don't do it like
What
that.
the Britney Spears is going on here?
In the what spirits?
In the what?
Well, what the Britney Spears going on here?
It's like a Billy Goat, a little bit.
Oh. In the meantime, Tweet, you can sing it better. Please come on to Marty A. Johnson Show. Tap all the way in.
Oh my God.
Please.
Mm.
Sorry, girl. That's definitely not it. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's go back to the hip hop. Huey Hoffa, you at it again.
Uh-oh.
Huey. You bought someone named Fat Dave. I'm assuming this is hip hop. It's called Values and Bears. Okay.
You know the vibes.
You know, we back to back with shit.
Side to
Tap in.
side.
Low.
Whoa.
Nigga, this a see-through clip. I'm in a see-through whip. Nigga, pack a bag woods, finish phone, need zip. Try nigga, I still work for a team. Me and Brody got the vacant booming at the gym. G43 compact, they slip at the head from this cougar bitch named Kim. He better dip, no slide for them. We pop out, niggas hiding.
Okay.
I was rooting for you.
Hold on. What's going on? We need a savior to save the day. Hold on. Is the viewership good, Charlene? I know y'all be looking.
Okay,
hold on, Lavelle. Look, oh yeah, Charlene, is the viewership good? I know you be looking.
Yeah.
Okay, look, before y'all leave, because the music awful, I got a surprise for y'all. Let me let y'all see about next week. Ooh, let me show y'all something. Maybe this will change the energy, you know what I mean?
let's see.
This is for next week, okay? Remember,
Okay.
Tuesday on the Marty A. Johnson Show. It's still our tribute to the 90s, the Legends Edition. Now, you remember the platinum selling group Soul For Real? They brought us countless hits, and they dominated the charts. We're going to be joined by the lead singer of the group right here on the Marty A. Johnson Show. Now, we're going to say what's up to Jace. He's going to be here on the show. He's all grown up. We're going to talk a little bit about Soul For Real, solo endeavors, and much more. Join us Tuesday, 7:30 on Facebook Live and YouTube. Marty A. Johnson Show, new season, tribute to the 90s, the Legends Edition, with Jake from Soul For Real. I'll see you there. Ooh.
Yes.
Hold on, did that change the tempo a little bit? That wake us up a little bit.
Classic
Yes.
records always make any situation better.
Hold on,
Classic.
did y'all like that?
Yes.
Can't wait for it.
Oh, that's next week. But hold on, before we leave, what's on your horizon? What's next for Boomtown Factory? What's next for you?
Well, right now, man, we in this transition right now with GMG, Groundbreaking Music Group.
Okay.
Shout out to King Fame. They're pretty much working with an Empire department, so we're pretty much doing some A&R work right now. Still in transition, but you know they're responsible for some of the biggest artists, man. Empire, a lot of artists into the game. So we're just kind of in a trial run right now until we get it official. But shouts to King Fame, man. We're just trying to bring together the Carolinas, man. A lot of division going on in the state, man. It's ridiculous. But so yeah, next week at the Dreams Rec Center, 3111 Shannon Drive. You're gonna have the writers camp going down. This is the second one.
When is that?
It's gonna be at Dreams Rec Center, 3111 Shannon Road.
No, when's the date? When's the date?
So this is going down April 9th, man. Damn, I gotta check the time. I think 8:00 is when it starts. But it's just coming together, man. Pretty much having a game plan on how to position these works. Because right now, I mean, a lot of artists don't know how to position their music correctly when it comes to, you know, major exposure. So that's what we in the works are doing, man. It's pretty exciting. And also got some charts to announce from London Hot Radio. A lot of the artists been doing their thing overseas. So we about to put out, you know, that top radio chart so they can see exactly how they're doing on the top 5 singles that are overseas right now. And in between that, of course, some showcases in the works. Not sure which state we're going to be going to, but Texas and Jersey look like it's on the list. We don't really know. Von Bars just left to go to London. He's doing his tour. He was at the factory showcase, so he was doing his tour.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, that's just a little bit of everything. We just moving collectively.
That's nice. So Charlene, I know
Yes.
Candlelicious Dream, she's up and running now, huh?
Yes, the lip glosses are amazing, you guys. See the little light with it
Ooh.
in the mirror, and also Candylicious blings as well. I do.
Ooh.
Bling bling.
Oh, I thought it said Marty on there. I don't need
I
that.
did for someone else, but yeah, so I do the cups as well. So that's been keeping me busy, along with the Marty A. Johnson show. A lot of work.
It is a lot of work. So look, I'm gonna remind y'all. Look, we gotta end this on a high note. Tune in next week. Look, I'm scared to try something else. I am. Shout out to Mims. Mims was delightful. Did Mims
Yes,
disappoint?
it was.
Hell no.
Charlie, what about Mims? Did he disappoint?
No, that was an amazing interview. No, that was an amazing conversation.
It really was. So look, join us next week. I'm gonna be here 7:30, and we're gonna see people from Soul for Real next week. So good night. Follow me on Marty A. Johnson on everything. We'll see y'all next week.
Good night, you guys.
Good night.
Boom.